Well, a pleasant. Hmm, it's not. Pleasant good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, BiggsRadio.com, and of course, WRLNRadio.com, a Ray Neal media station. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Yes, I am belching on the air. That is awful, I know. Shame on me, right? Okay. Anyway, coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. If you're in the Central Standard Time Zone, then that is 11 o'clock, which is our last hour here on Bedtime Stories. From the album Sounds and Stuff Like That, here's Quincy Jones along with Luther and Patty Austin. Good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are. Hello? Anyone home? All right, dinner is served. Mm, that's it. They teamed up to do another song. Stanley Clark and Howard Hewitt from Shalimar. That is called Fantasy Love, right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hopefully, you guys had a great day. I know I did, because I finally got some sleep after a whole weekend of Martin Luther King Jr. And it's still going on, too. I tell you, he's got a whole week starting. Actually, it started on Friday with the mayor's breakfast. Then on Monday, again at the Marriott, which is on 22nd and Prairie, from 7 until 9 in the morning. Had to be there at 6 o'clock after getting off work at 2. I'm not complaining though. But then I had to go over to the DuSable Museum and do another live remote. So, needless to say, I was wiped out. I came home, I went straight to bed, got up and did bedtime stories, went back to bed and started all over again. I tell you, my money is never made. It's just sitting there on the table waiting for me to go get it. Here's Luther. House is not a home on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with the greatest love songs of all time. PM Dawn and Criss Cross. Yeah. And good evening to you too, Troy. I guess you guys say he's always eating. So are you guys eating too, right? Just not this late. Mmm, yummy. It's called a shrimp bowl, like shrimp and rice and cheese over it, and it's really good. They sell it at Baba's, and it's really good. It's different, you know. Mm. It's very different, but tasty. Once again, don't forget to share the video on your page, okay? I guess some people got insulted that I was eating. We didn't tune in here to see you eat, Al. How dare you? How dare you try to nourish yourself while we're watching you? Sheila Forrest, hello. Once again, Sheila, don't forget to share the video, okay? Where it says like, comment, and share, just hit share, all right? Please and thank you. I know Troy's not going to do it. Not at all. I'm just saying, go ahead and enjoy your dinner. Boy, thank you. Angie Martin Turner, what's going on, sis? Quite tasty. Either it's really tasty or I'm just really hungry. Ah. Thank you, Sheila. I knew Sheila was going to do it. And I knew Troy wasn't going to do it. So thanks, Troy. Thank you for your support. Trying a new drink. It's called Synergy Raw Kombucha. Lemon berry. 9 billion living probiotics. Don't know what that means, but okay. It's got black tea, green tea, strawberry juice, blueberry juice, raspberry juice, Meyer lemon juice, lime juice. That's a lot of juice. Do not shake. Swirl gently. Store upright. Kombucha is fermented tea that has naturally occurring alcohol. Really? Okay. It tastes pretty good, you know. Yeah. It's evidently all camel urine. All right. This is some good camel urine, though. It's pretty good. Begin a sip with liquid that's bold. It has a bold bite and undeniably electric. Okay. It's electric. Woogie, 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 woogie. Kombucha. You know, I'm always willing to try new things, so, you know. Yeah, that guy there. Yep. Yep, I'm willing to try anything at least once. If I like it, I'll do it again. No comment, Troy. Yep, I'm willing to try anything at least once. If I don't like it, I will never do it again. My mother once tried to get me to eat tofu. I'm like, Mom, it has no taste to it. What's the use? She said it's supposed to be good for you. I'm like, okay. So I tried it. Whether it was good for me or not, I just didn't really want, you know, didn't want any. Just didn't want it at all. I heard Apollonia and Valentia going on the If We Were Ugly, We'd Be Homeless tour. All right. Have you heard from your friend Daryl Owens lately? No, I have not. I have not heard from Daryl except on emails and stuff that he has posted. You know, otherwise, I suspect he's okay. Yep, I do believe he's all right. He had a gig on New Year's Eve. Unfortunately, it was canceled because the club was closed down. I'm like, whoa. I was like, really? Yeah, they just shut the place down. I'm like, wow, that's not good at all. So that was the last I heard from him. That was it. Yeah, do that. Holler at him and tell him to give me a call. I used to have such a crush on Denise Williams. Boy, Niecy was just, oh my goodness. And to this day, at almost 70 years old, I think she's already 70 years old. She still looks good. And that's an understatement. A few years ago, she performed for the Taste of WVON, which was just wonderful. She did a great job. Denise Williams. But the one group that really did a great job was Atlantic Star. They brought the house down. Even though we were outside, they brought the house down. There was not a dry eye in the entire house outside. Oh, man. Atlantic Star. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Sheila Forrest, also to Troy Anthony, aka the Soul Poll. Thanks for checking in to Bedtime Stories on Facebook. Here's guitarist Wilbur Longmire. That's his name. This is Just as Long as We Have Love, originally done by the Spinners and Dionne Warwick on Bedtime Stories. Could I ever take it? Sheila Forrest, one of my favorite singers, the Songbird. Yes, indeed. Yes. Not to be confused with the song Stress, which is Anita Baker. Well, yep, the song Stress. Fast Times at Ridgemont High starts on AMC in 2 minutes. It's probably everyone here's favorite movie. Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Yep, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Reggie Hill, what's going on, sir? It's hard to believe it's already Tuesday, right? Because, Monday was like an extension of Sunday, I guess. It was just another holiday. So this is officially Monday. That's weird, right? AMC, it's a free channel. Okay. I just had to pay for my Netflix. I'm like, oh boy. Means I can't watch the rest of the episodes of Lucifer. Cold outside. We got the beat by the Go-Go's is playing at the moment. Now there's some good music. Oh yeah. The Go-Go's. We got the beat. It's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. Ooh wee. So, how did you all spend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day? We were talking about that today on WVON. It's just interesting because I've seen where people have had Martin Luther King Jr. Day parties and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, we're having a party in honor of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm sorry, I don't think that's appropriate at all, but that's just me. That's just me. I just can't see having a party on his birthday. Really? That's what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing that on his birthday. I'm sorry. Just not something that, you know, is appropriate on a man who fought for our freedom, justice and equality for all. Let's have a party on his day. Yeah. Troy said, I visited the Lorraine Motel. Did you? Room 306. I would like to get there before before I bite the dust there, as it were. The group called War, and baby, it's cold outside. So let me in. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is the day after Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. His actual birthday was on Sunday, the 15th, I believe. And of course, the next day was the national holiday, which is usually on Mondays. So, how did you guys spend Martin Luther King Day? What did you do to celebrate? I saw on several pages on social media, people were having a party on MLK Day. You don't have to work, so come out and get your house on. in the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know. Something just ain't right as far as I'm concerned. I'm like, nah, that's not even cool. You know, we should be doing something else on that day, not, you know, checking our bodies. But that's just me. That's just the way I look at it. But anyway, you know, however you celebrate, as long as you do celebrate the man who fought for our freedom and justice and equality for all. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with the time. Girl, the time. No way. So once again, what did you do to celebrate his birthday besides going to twerk on his birthday at the party? Of course, I was around a whole bunch of stuck-up AKAs at the DeSalvo Museum. You know, they looked at me like I was the hired help or something. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. But my thing is, I was not there to you know, to pick up girls. I was just there to work. So that's what I did. I just worked. You know, didn't worry about the girlies. Not so much because you know the Lorraine Motel, which is now a museum, right? How do you turn a motel into a museum? It's like he only stayed in one room, and that was room 306. So, and my thing is that iconic picture where they're pointing in the direction of where the gunshot came from. That always fascinates me. You know, there weren't any camera phones back then, so somebody had to have known what was going on. You know, I'm just saying. You know, they sure got that picture fast. And the guy reportedly who, you know, shot Dr. King actually didn't shoot Dr. King. And I don't think we'll ever find out. Um, they speculate that the FBI did it. J. Edgar Hoover, who was the head of the FBI at the time, had Dr. King shot. And of course, that's all hearsay. But I don't think they'll ever find out exactly what happened. They said Dr. King was still alive when he arrived at the hospital, only to be smothered by a nurse who was paid to actually kill him. So, in other words, he probably would have lived had they not smothered him in the hospital. So, but once again, we may never know the uh, the truth as to what happened. So, you know, we will never know. Like they said, dead men tell no tales. And the condition he was in, because the gunshot ripped through his neck. Once again, he may have lived. He may have lived. Anyway, nobody wants to hear that, do they? Conspiracy theories, right? You know. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. I know, next time, close the door before I use the bathroom. I remember. All right, I'm back. Okay. Where did everyone go? We're right to it. That ended abruptly, didn't it? Sweet November from Troop, right here on Bedtime Stories. I need to find the other version of that. The original, of course, done by The Deal, as sung by Babyface. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you so much for joining us as always. I appreciate you. Don't forget, for those of you who are on Facebook right now, make sure you share the video where it says like, comment, or share. Like, comment, share. Just hit share. That way it shares the video with everybody on your page. And hopefully they'll send friend requests and, you know, they'll tell two friends and so on and so forth. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. This group right here, they were originally signed to Barry White's label and named by Barry White. He gave them the name White Heat, like Barry White, White Heat. They later on they got away from Barry and later on signed with Motown Records. They met a guy by the name of I'm sure you've heard of him, Jermaine Jackson. They met him in an elevator. They had one tape and they said, "We hope you like our tape." The next day, they were signed to Motown Records. So they had a new record label and a new name. And that name was Switch because they played each other's instruments. It was a sight to see. Here's the first of two in a row from Switch. This is I Want to Be Closer on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Wishing you was mine. It's so for real. Every hour. It's a lot of flowers. All done. Please, girl, I'm waiting for you. Take my heart away. It's gotta be someone. I know that's right. You say that again. I know I ain't got no girl. Mm-mm-mm. Switch, two in a row, calling all girls. Oh, that is such a beautiful song. I can't get enough of that song every time I play it. Calling all girls from Switch. Peanut Butter Brother Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you for those who are on Facebook right now. I guess they're just not talking tonight. They're just watching me to see what I'm going to say tonight. I will say this. It was good seeing on Monday Ramonski Love, Big Papa, um, what's the young lady? Tracy Bell and Maze Jackson. Mays, of course, has his own radio station, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, Ramonski Love. Um, of course, Tracy Bell still isn't speaking to me. We go way back to when she was a secretary for Charles Moutry, who was our boss over at WJPC. But I guess there is no love there. She got her teeth fixed and she's just looking finer than ever. So, it is what it is. I understand. Whatever animosity you have towards me, keep it. It eats you up when you're mad at people. And I don't get down like that. I wish everybody well. I wish everybody well. I ain't mad at nobody. Anyway, with that in mind, Bedtime Stories is sponsored by our good friends over at Grubhub. Grubhub, of course, is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories. Here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, which is bigsradio.com, and of course, WRLN radio.com, a radio media station. Everybody got their own radio stations. I feel like I've nursed everybody's radio station. I really do. Everybody started a station after me. Big started her station. I think PJ was the only one that beat me um, to having a station. PJ Willis, of course. So everybody's got their own radio station. Ray's got like six. I'm just happy to be a part of one of them, and I really appreciate it. Dinah Lynn Biggs has two. I just have one. That's all I can manage right now with these seven jobs that I got, man. I can't do all of this in one day. It's not enough hours. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It's Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Like this one from the Temprees, dedicated to the one I love on Bedtime Stories. Hoo ha. So y'all not talking tonight, huh? Okay, cool. That's cool too. I don't mind. Just making sure that Facebook didn't cut me off. Refresh that one page there. There we go. Ooh, baby. Dinner was quite tasty, I'll tell you. Might order that again. Oh, I'm back. Hey, Pam in Riverside. Hello. Not Riverside. You be careful out there in Riverside, I tell you. I'm trying to remember where Riverside is right now. Is um is Riverside the south suburbs? All righty. Riverside. And once again, is that Riverside is the south suburbs? Let me look that up. Riverside. Riverside, Illinois. Hello. It's out there by, let's see, Brookfield Zoo. Okay. Let's see. Berwyn, Stickney, Brookfield, Forest View, Lions, Cicero, Midwest Guns and Pistol Range. All right. North Riverside Park Mall. Why is Riverside so famous? Known for the citrus industry. Okay, that's enough. All right, wherever you are, be careful, all right? Especially by the gun store. You know, just saying. Not the gun store. Funny, Troy. Mm-mm-mm. From the album Stone Gone. That's Stone, Stone, Gone, Gon. That's the name of the album. Stone Gone. Gone. Like Barry, didn't you want to, name it something else? And Stone Gone. That's it. Yeah. I regret not meeting Barry White. They say he was just so real. I would see him on television. I'm like, man, if I could just have a conversation with Barry White, that would have been so cool. I would have taped it and everything. I wouldn't have cared what he said. You know, well, why are we doing this, man? Who are you? Why am I sitting here for you? I don't even know you, man. That would have been so cool. I wouldn't have cared what he said to me. Good evening to Mr. Redmond. Thank you so much for checking in. Pamela Hawkins, who is in Riverside right now doing the lift thing. You be careful out there. I looked it up. It's it's near where is it near? Um it's near a gun shop. I'm like, ooh, okay. Riverside. All I could think of was that old song by Mahalia Jackson. I'm going to put my burdens down by the riverside. Anyway, Chapina Butter Brother Dr. Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. One of my favorites from Teddy after his accident. This is his comeback song featuring Whitney Houston. I spoke to Barry White. He asked advice on how to make his voice as deep as mine. Yeah, okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah. Put May 20th on your calendar. All right. Yes. Coming May 20th. Looking forward to that, man. Mhm. Sister. Yep, May 20th. So does that mean I get a deposit? Woohoo! Money. Money, 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 money. That's what's up. Yeah, give me a call back tomorrow. Yes. Ah, sing with me. Trust in me. With pleasure. Tonight. Sassy. Just time. Well, Troy, I think you owe me $1,000 because Mr. Redmond is on right now. So send that to my Zelle account. Thank you. Ooh. Sassy. So what are we gonna do in foreplay tonight? Anybody got any ideas? Judas Priest, Megadeth, or Bob Seger. One of these persons just doesn't belong here. Now, if you'd have said, like, maybe Ozzy or somebody, I would have said, oh, okay. But Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band? Hmm. Just take those old records off the shelf. Nah, they don't. He doesn't even belong in that conversation. I tell you, Bob Seger. Do 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 do. He's from Michigan. Oh, okay. Well, now that makes sense. Okay. Hey, Ronnie, Preston Shanks, what's going on, sir? From the ladies who brought you Boogie, Oogie, and Oogie, that is If We Loved. What happened to my mic? There we go. All right, that's better. That's called If We Loved from their first album, which contains the song Boogie, Oogie, right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Uh, I was asking, Preston said mask time. I know, right? Um, I had asked earlier, I said, well, who are we going to do for foreplay? And then Preston automatically popped in and said, Mickey Howard. Troy, of course, said Judas Priest, Megadeth, and Bob Seger. Bob Seger? I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. Then he said he's from Michigan. I said, okay. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. I don't know. Anyway, these guys hail from Philadelphia. They were known as the Monarchs at one time. And then they changed their name to the Stylistics. This is the piano version of Give a Little Love, the first of two in a row from the Stylistics on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Tell me, am I letting you down? Come on. Give a little love, take a little love. Give a little love. Give a little love, take a little love. Oh, be give a little love, take a little love. Give a little love for love. Sing, Russell. Just you and me. Letting me down. Give a little love, take a little love. Give a little love, take a little love. Baby, give it a love, take a little love, little love. I love this song. Woo! Piano and just them. Just a little bit of love. Woo! Come on, y'all. What? To say. There is. Do. Do. To say. two of the greatest producers of all time. They worked with him. That one produced by Mr. Van McCoy, the guy that brought you The Hustle. Let's put it all together from the stylistics. Before that, Give a Little Love, For Love. That was produced by Maurice Starr. That name doesn't sound familiar. That's the guy that discovered New Edition. He got a hand in producing the stylistics in their own, style. After Tom Bell let him go, but Tom brought them to higher heights, and I must say that some of the best songs came during the regime of Tom Bell. We might play some more of their music later on this evening, right here on Bedtime Stories. Right now, here's my buddy, Mr. Howard Hewitt. I Commit to Love. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories. Hello to Gabby. Thanks for checking in. Baby, I commit to love. Mm. So the cold is gone. All that's left is a dry cough. A dry cough. I know, I know. I meant to get one and I passed Walgreens because we talked about that earlier. I was talking with somebody at work about that. They said, "You need a humidifier." I said, "Well, I have, radiated heat." So I said, "It's not the same." I thought it would be. So, yeah, guess I'm going to have to break down and get a humidifier because it seems like that's the only thing that's going to kill this cold totally. It's, it's like a bad horror movie. It just won't die, like Jason, Freddy Krueger. You got to cut off his head. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I need a humidifier or one of those chambers that Michael Jackson used to sleep in. I do have a nebulizer. Does that count for something? I have a nebulizer and I have a butyrol. A butyrol. I like saying that. When you say it, especially when you can't speak it, can't say it, the right way. It's a butyrol. So I hit that nightly. So it seems to be working. I'll get home and, take a hit of it. But, and, I looked it up as far as, cold and everything. I looked it up and they said a cold lasts anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, good. Whew. Good Lord, I've been sick since before Christmas. Whew, man. Before Christmas. Good Lord. You know, you know how you just get sick of being sick. Long COVID-19. No, sir. We're not no. We're not claiming the COVID. We're just saying it's a cold. No. We don't claim the COVID around here. No. Mm-mm. Dooby dooby doo. Oh. Yep, I'm not even claiming that, not claiming the worst. The Manhattans, and I wish that you were mine. I heard that song the other day. It was on Sirius XM. I'm like, wait a minute, what album is that song from? Don't matter. I gotta have it. Downloaded it quickly. The Manhattans, man, great group. I know I've told this story over and over again. I met Lou Lovett of the Manhattans at a party for the anniversary of the Whispers, and they were there. And Blue came over to me, and I almost pissed in my pants. I'm like, this brother's coming over to me. And in that deep voice of his, he leaned over. He said, "Hey, little brother, man, you playing some stuff I don't even remember." I was like, and that was it. I was like, well, I hope I'm doing well, Mr. Lovett. He said, "No, man, just call me Blue. I'm just Blue." Okay, Blue, sir, made me sound like Mickey Mouse, man. That deep voice of his. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just ahead of foreplay in about 15 minutes. Normally, I don't play any new songs, but I came across this one. I was like, it kind of fits in with what I'm doing. And they played the hell out of it on the radio. They played, I mean, they played it every hour on the hour. Here's The Weekend. I know I was playing, some deluxe stuff, and he looked at me like, "What you know about that?" I was like, "Sir, I'm a music historian." It's like, "Oh, okay, all right. Like, where you get that from?" Mm-hmm. Deluxe and Carnival records, yeah, Carnival. Back when they were wearing the white gloves and stuff, and they all had the perms. But Blue was always cool. He just, he was he designed all their outfits that they wore. He picked out all their suits and everything. He's like, we all gonna be clean together, not just me. You know, because like every album cover, he's just killing it. Hair just coiffed, everything. You know, yeah. But Blue was killing it, boy. He was killing it. Deluxe, Carnival, and then I think they went to Columbia after that. And Bobby Martin arranged all of their songs. Bobby Martin of MFSB fame, because he arranged a lot of their songs as well. Bobby was killing it, boy. He was killing it. He don't get no respect either. It's always Tom Bell. It's always, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. But Bobby Martin did the arrangement for TSOP. I'm like, it don't get no better than that. I mean, if you ever sit down, let me take these headphones off. If you ever sit down and listen to MFSB's TSOP, which is the Soul Train thing, if you ever sit down and listen to the stuff that they took out of it on the 12-inch, you have to listen to it on the album Philadelphia Classics in order to appreciate it. Because Tom Moulton, he put his foot in that one. He did all the stuff that they took out of the song that they thought was too much. He put it back in. He's like, no, we're putting that back in. And somebody had the bright idea to do different remixes on the song. I heard one remix where they stripped all the instruments out, and it's just Earl Young just playing. I'm like, damn, Uncle Earl, you hurting them, man. You hurting them. Damn. They strip out all the instruments, and all you hear is, you can hear the foot pedals squeaking. I'm like, woo! They don't make it like that anymore. Oh yeah, Shining Star, Kiss and Say Goodbye. Oh man. You ain't said nothing. You ain't said nothing. Man. The Columbia years, that was it. I mean, it was like hit after hit. Hurt again. Feels so good to be loved so bad. I mean, they were just cranking them out in rapid concession. Every album, bam. And every album, it seemed like they lost a member, but the sound never changed. I don't care what nobody says. The sound of the group was Gerald and Blue. They could have put any other guys in the middle. Not taking away anything from, Sonny and all the rest of the guys. I'm not taking nothing away from them. But I'm just saying, it was like the group, Blue would start it off, and then Gerald would come in there, and it was like, man, you know, Blue would come in there. This has got to be the saddest day of my life. I brought you here for a bit of bad news. So I'm like, come on, Blue. What you doing? What you doing? You know, yes, yeah, they did. And then Gerald came in. I had to meet you here. And feels so good to be loved so bad. Blue started it and he finishes it. I'm like, feels so good to be loved so bad. I'm like, good grief. See, y'all don't understand unless you're like a real, music aficionado. You don't understand. Where is that song? Here it is. Woo! Feels so good to be loved so bad. Do it to me once again. And then Blue ends the song. Do it to me once again. I'm like, man. No, it is not who you think it was. Not the Moments, but Chicago's own Lost Generation. Love on a two-way street. Right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. Ronnie, Preston Shanks, Troy, and of course, Mr. Redmond. I'm sure he's gone to bed by now. We were talking off mic about the Manhattans. I had mentioned, that I met Blue Lovett of the Manhattans. This is one of those songs where Blue starts the song and he ends the song in true Blue style. It feels so good to be loved so bad from the Manhattans. Mm, mm, mm. More, ooh, baby. More I love you, the more I want to love you. Loving you is all that's on my mind. Class will never end. It's you forever and ever and ever. Cut him, Gerald. Cut him. Yes, it is. Won't you? Let you one more time. Mm-hmm. Come on. Way of loving I've ever had. Well. So good to be loved so bad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do it to me. Mm-hmm. I think I sold most of my records, Preston. I had a hell of a collection back when I was a teenager and a young adult. I just converted everything over to MP3. I don't have a record in this house. That's sad. I don't have a record in this house. Are you ready? Go, here we go again. Nope, no wax. Sad. What made it so bad, Richard Peggy gave me some records. He said, go ahead, take them. Take them? Really? Couldn't tell you where they are now. Ever wanna let you go? Mm-hmm. You makes me glad. Well, hey, hey, well, hey. To be loved so bad. Mm-hmm. Come on with it, Blue. Do it to me once again. Who does that? That's how you end the song right there. Blue Lovett, Gerald Austin, and the rest of the Manhattans. Feels so good to be loved so bad. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Just a hint of foreplay, but before we do that, like they used to say back in the day, we got to pay some bills. It's time to do the Grubhub delivery dance. Those pilgrims. Boom, boom. Mm. Grubhub, of course, is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories. Right here on WOSDRadio.com, your home for old school and dusties. WDLB, which is BiggsRadio.com. Indianapolis, and of course, Chicago. And of course, last but not least, WRLN Radio.com, a radio media station. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you to all the stations who are carrying this show and those who are carrying it illegally. That's cool too. I don't mind. Just give me my money. This young lady, she hails from Chicago. She lived not far from where I am right now. Not far from where I would say about 10, 15 minutes from where I am right now. She grew up over there and ran away from home, ended up joining a group called Side Effects. Its lead singer was a guy by the name of Augie Johnson. Yeah, Augie. Well, she thought Augie was in love with her. He was in love with her voice. She was the focal point of the group, Side Effect. Well, she went on her own, and that was the best thing she could have ever have done. Tonight in Foreplay, we feature the music of Chicago's own Mickey Howard on Bedtime Stories. Oh, well, I have nothing to eat tonight. Ate everything already, right? Oh, well. But Preston, yeah, I got rid of all my wax, stacks and stacks of records, albums, 45s. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. She will be at the City Winery in a few weeks. Cool. She's coming home. She is coming home. Mm-mm. Come on home, Mickey. Come on home. I still have my records. Don't know who I will leave them to. You know, that's an interesting analogy because I remember a few years ago when Herb was still with us. He asked me, he said, "Who's going to get your records?" And I said, "I have no idea." Then I asked him, I said, "Who's going to get yours?" So all his stuff got sold in a state sale. Sad, very sad. I wish he had just willed them to me and they would have been in good hands. But what I did get was all of his music on his hard drive. So that made me feel a little bit better. I have all of Herb's songs that he played out in the street that someone converted and put it on his hard drive. So I have a copy of that. So I'm happy. Along with a lot of his pictures that he took with his camera. I have that as well. Somebody decided they wanted to throw his hard drive away. in a garbage can. Yeah. The king of Dusties. And somebody decided they were going to throw his hard drive away. It's like, okay. That is so sad. They threw it away, but it didn't get far. It didn't get far. Juliet. That's what movie. History lost. I know, right? And it's sad because nobody really, nobody really cared. Once he was gone, that was it. It was just, it was sad. Once he was gone, that was it. There went his legacy. I just hope his daughter keeps up his legacy. People will still be talking about him for years to come. It just, he was. Need I say he was my idol? He just didn't know it. He didn't realize it. I said, you were the first to put me on the radio. Oh, you like Richard more than you like me. No, I don't. It was always Herb Kent, Herb Kent, Herb Kent. It was never Richard. I worked for Richard. Richard and I were close. That's no doubt. But even Richard admitted that he liked Herb. Herb had one of the smoothest voices, one of the best deliveries. He could spin both on the radio and in person. He was just one of the best. I still find some of his old shows on YouTube. Once again, without him, it wouldn't be no me. There would be no me. I used to tell him that all the time. There's no me without you. If you had gone into the garbage service, I would have been the second best garbage man in the city. And he would just laugh. You like Richard more than you like me. No, I don't. There's no comparison. Richard was a master of everything that he did. Spinning and doing production and playing music. Excuse me. Yeah. He was one of the absolute best. And I got the best of both worlds working with the two of them. You know, Herb was the best on the air to me. Richard was the best off the air, and that was production, programming, stations, everything. Richard was the best. He was the operations manager over at GCI. He was over all of the stations, you know, 1390 and 1075. So Richard was more business than Herb was. Herb was show and Richard was business. And that's it. You know, once again, Herb was one of the best, if not the best in the city. You know, I don't care who you talk about. You know, Richard Steele was good. Richard didn't quite have the voice that I was trying to imitate. Of course, Rags and Jay Johnson, they had those natural voices. Even when they weren't on the air, they sounded the same. Um, who else was good? Lon Dyson. Oh my God. That little man had the deepest voice of anybody I'd ever heard before in my life. You know, he had a style of his own, which he got from listening to other people, listening to her. But when I signed off at night, Blue Skies, Green Lights, and Peace, I got that from Lon Dyson. I got that from him. You know, he used to end his show with Little Darling by Count Basie. He was, he was this little guy with this deep, commanding voice and this wonderful diction that he had. He was just, one of the greatest. I miss Lon. Lon told me one time, he said, whenever somebody fires you in this business, he says, I want you to thank them. I said, huh? Thank them for firing me? He said, you never know when you have to go back. And in this business, you might get fired one day and they might turn around and hire you back because you got popular. Lon Dyson was right. They fired me, they rehired me, and they put me on the FM after being back on the AM. So Lon was right. He was one of the best, one of the best. And I think there's an air check of him on YouTube. And every now and then I'll listen to it. I'll probably listen to it tonight before I go to bed. But Lon was one of the best too. They don't even talk about Lon. They're always talking about her. Every now and then they'll talk about Rags, but they were the Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore of radio. You know who else was great? Butterball. Conversational. He had that voice. Standing tall with the Butterball. Yeah. They were all great. They all sounded like somebody you wanted to know or somebody you already knew. Ed Cook, who was a heavy drinker, him, E. Rodney Jones, Purvis Spann, of course. They all sounded like dare I say, a drunken uncle. They all sounded like somebody you knew, somebody who was in your family. Um, they all sounded like, you know, of course, they were all from the country, but they all migrated to Chicago. E. Rodney was from Little Rock, Arkansas. Uh, Joe Cobb was from, and still is down in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I mean, all of them were country boys who migrated up south, to the south, or to the north rather, and made a name for themselves. You know, but there was absolutely no one like her. Nobody. Nobody came close, and they knew it. You know, Herb was the radio station. I'm just sad that they never got Rags on VON back in the day. Uh, Rags would have been a great addition to the WVON Good Guys. But he decided he wanted to stay out in Gary at WWCA, 1270 AM. He decided he was going to stay out in Gary. And they finally got him. And he did mornings on 1390, AM 1390. He plays a lot of music. They finally got him to do mornings. And he was great. He was great. But those are the people I grew up listening to. So, I say this all the time. I'm like, if I sound like them, it's not by accident. It's not by accident. Yep. But Rags back in the day was a bad man. He would come on the radio. He'd say, "That's so nice, I got to play it twice. So says your ever-loving Rag Man." Back the needle up on the record, play it again. On the air. Nobody was doing that. Rags was playing his own music. He was following no format. He was just doing his thing. Man. Your ever-loving Rag Man. When did I meet Rags? Who was Daddy O'Daly? Daddy O'Daly was a bartender turned radio personality. Um, he had, what they say, the gift of gab. So, he took a class in radio and ended up, getting a job at WBEE, which is now WBGX, 1570 AM. And he just had, He had a banter, he had a pattern that he stuck with, and he was one of the best in jazz, and he was just so cool about it. But he was a bartender by trade. You know, his real name was Holmes Daly. I remember in high school I read his autobiography, and he was, you know, he was one of the best. That's another record collection that I didn't get. You know, wrapping up foreplay. Mickey Howard, Chicago's own, and Love Under New Management. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for that suggestion, Preston. He said, you should do Mickey Howard. I said, okay, cool. Haven't done her in a while. He asked me who Daddy O'Daly was. Daddy O was one of the greatest jazz radio personalities here in the city. You know, didn't have a great voice, but he had a great banter on the air. And he was friends with just about everybody. I remember listening to him one year, and he got a Mother's Day card from Red Fox. And yeah, that's right, a Mother's Day card from Red Fox. And on the inside of the card, it said, "Happy birthday, you mother." Fill in the blank. Daddy O'Daly, gone but not forgotten. One of the greatest jazz personalities here in the city. Next to Mary D. and Marty Faye, or as we call him, Marty O'Fay. Here's T Connection. You got the best of my love. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories. Man, every Sunday Daddy was on. Daddy O'Daly was on, and Daddy listened to Daddy O every Sunday until Richard came on. Daddy O'Daly would come on Sundays right after Reverend T.O. Barrett, who was on JPC at the time. And Daddy O would be like, Richard Peguia's next, a man and his music. Because Daddy O'Daly was not a fan of R&B music. Oh, no. Oh, no. So when he said a man and his music, it wasn't no compliment, trust me. Yep. Daddy O was one of the best. Mary D, one of the best. You know. Oh, shoot. Wally Muhammad. Harvey Brister. I don't know how I remember all these names. I was a kid at the time. Harvey Brister. Harvey Brister was he was the MC of a show that I saw one time at the Erie Crown Theater. My oldest child's mother, she hates to be called baby mama, so I'm not gonna say that. I just did. She was like, "Would you like to go see?" And she stopped for a minute, and instead of asking me what I like to see, she asked me, "You know who Johnny Hartman and Arthur Prysock are?" Well, she was a little bit older than me. She had me by a good 7, 8 years. Back then, I liked older women. That was back then. So she asked me, did I know who they were? I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them. I was more of an Arthur Prysock fan than I was a Johnny Hartman fan. You know, but both of them, wow, two of the greatest voices ever. Arthur Prysock, Johnny Hartman. Ah, yeah. Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. So tonight, let it be low and brow. Mm. Who was better, Arthur or Walter? Walter Jackson, Arthur Prysock. Hmm. That's a hard one right there. That's a hard one. Yeah. I like them both too. That's a hard. That's a real hard one. It's a puzzling thing. Arthur Arthur Ken and Walter Matthau. Yeah, very funny, Troy. Very funny. Troy always got jokes. Two different vocalists, two different styles. Yeah. Even though Walter could do jazz as well, he was good too. It's a puzzling thing. Mm. Early Manhattans and Follow Your Heart. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, playing the greatest love songs of all time. We're having well, not a debate, but I guess um, who was a better singer, Arthur Prysock or Walter Jackson? Now, they were in two different categories, you know. Arthur did, kind of jazzy songs, and Walter did kind of R&B and jazzy songs. But no, I can't compare the two of them. Both of them had their own style. Both of them had their own style. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with Tony Terry. Mm-hmm. 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 Shake it back. What's going on? Greetings from Aruba, my man. That's what's up, man. Aruba. I'm glad to see you traveling, brother. I'm glad to see you traveling. That's what's up. Aruba. What made you want to go to Aruba, Russ? Maybe they got some good weed over there. I don't know. I'm just saying. Aruba. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Aruba. You wanted some sun. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Aruba. That's a long way to go to get some sun, but okay. I ain't mad at you. That's a long way to go to get some sun, but if you like it, I love it. That's right. You only got one, baby. Yep, only got one. You can say that again. Aruba. That's all right. I'm gonna go somewhere one of these days. One of these days. I'm gonna get past Detroit. uh, you got it, man. Still thinking about that jerk chicken from your party, man. Oof. Man, still thinking about it. Yep. Shoot, that was the party to end all parties, boy. I swear. Your girl got down on that food, boy. All right, take care, man. Shake and bake. Hey, Lori. Mhm. Hey, man, I'm going out of focus. What's going on here? You now breathe. Wait a minute, why am I going out of focus? What's really going on? There we go. There we go. Back in focus. Well, just doing my thing, baby. Just doing my thing. Mm. Kenny Lattimore, for you, for that Tony Terry. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Russell Baker, aka Shake and Bake. To my baby mama, Lori Howard. You can listen to Our Son every Saturday over there on WVON. Do you want a revolution? I like that when he says that. Wonder where he got that from. Here's the first of two in a row from Tower of Power. Hello, young man. Mm. Mm-mm. Babe, what you afraid you gonna get pregnant again? Please, we too old to make another baby. We just be practicing, baby. We just be practicing. Mm-mm. Just be practicing. Do, you please think twice. Yeah, we just be practicing. I ain't shooting nothing but dust, baby. But you say practice makes perfect. I know that's right. Don't waste your time. Just for you. Got to get back on the bike and make sure I can still ride. Okay, we'll leave that alone. Back on the bike, huh? Okay. Mm-mm. Mm. Don't waste your time. Oh, that I can still ride. Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Looking at some more stuff that I don't need to buy. That's all. Mixers and stuff. Well, it's just me, so I can just buy what I want. You know, nobody to tell me what I can't get. You know, like, do you need another one of those? Yes, I do. I need another one of these. You don't need no more mixers. You got 7 of them. Oh, seven's not enough. Okay. I know, right? mm. 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 If that voice sounds familiar, yeah, it's who you think it is. Lenny Williams, along with Tower of Power and Willing to Learn, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my baby mama, Lori Howard. Thank you for checking in once again to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. I remember going to a concert once. I was 21, 22 years old. I was taken by one of my baby mamas. I'm sorry, my daughter's mother. It was Arthur Prysock and this guy. This is Johnny Hartman in the wee hours of the morning. Fast asleep. Yes, girl. She could call the wistful hours of the morning. Your face is rose. I was sunshine to do. Listen, and she would call the wee hours of the morning. Time you face the most of all. It's the time you miss most of all. Belly. Like baby rabbits. The jukebox. Good night, Lori. So the saxophone. That. I want to hurry home and be loved to sleep. Arthur Prysock, Johnny Hartman. Your body makes eyes at me. That's going to do it for your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for staying up with me, especially everybody on Facebook. You could have been anywhere else, but you were checking me out, and I really appreciate it. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. We'll talk again tomorrow, right here on Bedtime Stories. All right. Good night, all. Good night. Lori, Shake and Bake, Troy, John Caldwell, everybody. Good night, y'all.